municipality and other related stakeholders were in progress. The same list again of those properties that were published on 4 February were again published in a daily newspaper on Thursday, the 8th of February 2018. And to us, as the representatives of the residents of Chitungwiza and the affected families, it showed us the zeal that the local authority had in evicting the listed families. They gave them a 48-hour ultimatum and a deadline which is expiring tomorrow, the 11th of February. They said the affected families should have vacated the premises by the 11th of February. So I'll go now to, this is the background, I'll go now to the reasons why we contested or why we decided to contest the decision or the notice of intention by the local authority. The first one is that the notice by council relies on an ancient colonial and out-of-date piece of legislation which they call Section 18, subsection 2 and 3. I hope the learned colleagues will speak much to that section. But being not a lawyer myself, what I only noted was that this piece of legislation, the Urban Councils Act model, use and occupation of land and buildings by law of 1979. 1979. It's almost older than myself, this piece of legislation. I noted that it is outdated and not in line with the 2013 constitutional provisions. Secondly, why we decided to contest this was the perpetual violation of the Constitution by some institutions, unfortunately, including as well quasi-government institutions such as local authorities, in this case, Chitungwiza municipality. While we agree that some of the properties may be justified to be demolished, such as those that are in wetlands, under electricity pylons, near road servitudes, or on top of sewer lines, we are also contesting the timing of these intended house demolitions. We all know that we are during the rain season. It's actually raining today, and the council issues a notice to demolish people's houses during the rain season. We feel that this is aimed possibly at punishing the innocent occupants. Then the last reason on why we decided to contest is that council officials saw these properties being developed, but ignored some of these houses. Now that these houses, some of them are complete, they intend to demolish them. So the question that comes to mind is, why did the local authority not issue out stop development orders back then and only decide to demolish these properties when some of them are complete? I will leave to the two learned colleagues, possibly Belinda or Mr. Mandewere, to take us through the process in terms of how then we went through the legal process.
Thank you, Mr. Kumalo.